All right, hey everyone. Welcome back. We took a quick recess. Now we're watching match number 6, featuring Team Eckert versus Team Zheng of the round robin. Including this round, there are 4 more rounds to go. So we've passed the halfway stage and right now on stage 1 with the round robin of the round robin. Now everyone's going to be focused on either getting that top 4 slot or getting that top 8 slot. And of course, both teams have something at stake over here. And Jeff joining us in commentary. Welcome back to Con. We got Turkey's finest.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Looking forward to this match. Bridging with Kai. We'll do a call out to Eckert over there. Doing a lot of social media with ACBL. Definitely not biased here, so we'll see how this goes.
Absolutely. What do you call it? Cyrus, would it be okay to make the other table the feature table because that table is going to be much more wild. And so for context, this is probably one of the funnier matchups I can think of that this happened because 1 or 2 diamonds two.
We already have a double part score on the first
We
board.
already have a double part score.
So
Right,
we're swinging. We're going for the fences immediately. I love
So,
it.
can you click on the alert of 2 diamonds, Cyrus, for a moment? Is it just hearts or?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just hearts. So, because my initial thought, I mean, I must admit. So first off, East West are playing. So there are only 2 partnerships. So if you clicked on the convention cards for most partnerships in this event, most of them are orange. There are a couple of partnerships which are highlighted red for playing highly unusual methods. One of them is the partnership we kind of talked about multiple times on the broadcast, who is playing the same thing which Joker and Brad Moss are, where they're playing 2 or 1 in some spots. They're playing precision in some spots. And the other one is East West over here, who are playing a home built strong diamond system where a diamond is basically just a strong hand. They open all 9 counts. A heart is 8 to 11 points balanced. A no trump is some specific range, which I cannot remember right now. A spade is kind of standard. A club could be 0 clubs, and it's basically just any opening hand which sort of does not meet these other criteria. And yeah, it's a very crazy system. A lot of relays. And North South are probably the most honest 2-1 partnership out there. They're playing very vanilla, basic 2-1, standard carding, just right out of the book. And this is one of the funnier matchups I can imagine because William, in particular, who's North player, is one of the more sensible bidders, and is one of the more like very conservative, very textbook players. And East is probably uh, one of the more adventurous bidders, let's say.
They've had some run-ins in online collegiate events before, and I would
Oh
guess
yeah.
that William is pretty happy to have Isaac over him rather than under him. So Lishan's going to be getting the brunt of Isaac's preamps today.
Yes, we're gonna be seeing Isaac's finest over here. So, what do you think about the choice to bid to transfer to? What do you think about the auction? Take it away, assuming that one goes in range.
Whatever the range was. I mean, if it was 13 to 15, we'd like to see if North South have a penalty double, 12 to 14. North has a 15-14 count. You know, this is possibilities here for a penalty double if you're greater than their range, if that's kind of your agreement. If that's you could have introduced that. Transferring seems normal. South coming in with the takeout double. You're 6-4. I don't know what action you want partner to take here. You're a little light on points. We're going to see what happens here in the hand. Looks like we're shortening dummies trumps. But it looks
Yeah,
like we're
North
going to
is.
take 5 hearts, 2 aces for 7. I want to see some magic here from Kai to see if we can get a 670 to start out, but it might be a 200 going the other way, the way the play is going right now.
Wait, hold on. There's a club rough available over here.
A club rough. There's 2-2 in the East-West.
No, wait, no. This is making. This is actually just making right now, right? A club rough. Oh, sorry. Wait, I'm dumb. I saw the void diamonds and I thought I was matching up with the clubs, and I was
Oh,
like, I looked at the wrong level. No, 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 no,
oh,
no.
okay, yeah. I think
I'm no.
it looks like they might be down 1, but maybe something will happen.
I do not see what that something could be.
You never know with Junior Bridge.
You never know. I agree. So, something to talk about the auction. I thought East actually had an interesting decision, assuming that they play like a sort of standard system over 1-0 Trump. I don't think they do for all their bids, but if East had the option to bid Stamen, I think I would have preferred that.
You could do that.
So because you could play two spades instead, and I mean opposite 12 to 14, maybe you're not thinking about game, but you're probably thinking about the right partial. And even if partner bids two diamonds, a lot of people like to play something called a scrolling stamen, where after you bid two diamonds, East can bid two hearts to basically say, yeah, have a weekend with hearts and spades. Some people like to insist that the number of hearts has to be greater than equal to the number of spades, or the other way around, or it doesn't matter. But either way, East is 5-4. Like they can bid two hearts to say, hey, let's play two hearts, or if you want to correct to two spades, you can do that. And they could reach two hearts that way. It doesn't really matter what South pitches, but this is amusing. And hey, South got it right. And it looks like down one. So already an 8-im swing. We actually saw 1-0 Trump was making at the other table. I believe the Jack of Diamonds actually scored a trick. It was the King of Diamonds lead, and then the Diamond to the 10 and Jack, and then they managed to scoop up 1-0, which was might have been an error. Sorry, the Queen of Diamonds lead. So maybe there might have been like some carding misunderstanding of sorts. Either way, it looks like the other table is playing four hearts over here. Could you bring up the auction real quick? I want to see what the other auction was. And then we can go back to this table. Cyrus. Okay, so club pass seems reasonable. A club, a heart, 2-0, 3 hearts, 4 hearts. All right, that's fantastic. Thank you, Cyrus. Can we go back to the other one? So, like I talked about, their one heart opening is 8 to 11 points, and it's just 4 hearts. So now they're in relay territory. East established a game force artificially. West is going to first shape out. West, I think, might first clarify that they have 5 hearts. Then they might show middle shortness. Then they might show 3-5-3, 3-5-2-3. And Kai's just going to be bidding the next step during this entire time, just sort of gathering information, and more likely he's going to park the brakes in 4 hearts when it's all said and done.
Oh, Kai's in control of the relay here?
No. Oh, sorry. Kai's West. Isaac's in control of the relay. So 2 spades, we can hover that. No other 4-card suit. So I think this is sort of showing like a balanced-ish hand.
Yeah, because 1 heart, the alert was like could be canopy, which means it could have a longer minor, right?
Yep, that is the correct alert.
Okay. I am very unfamiliar with this kind of system. It's a lot of reading for me.
I will say, for what it's worth, I think when it comes to playing against against Isaac Stone's home build strong diamond, especially these two playing together, because I think he has like different variations with other people. I would wager that I've probably played more boards against these two than, like, I'm probably in the top 5 list in terms of number of boards played against these two. I understand the opening bids. I understand some of their immediate follow-ups. I've been able to pick up on some of that. That's basically it. Like, I have no idea like what 3 diamonds is over here. Like, I can see it's 0 to 2 diamonds, but like I'm not going to pretend like I will understand what exactly they're showing. I can understand in most auctions, what the order of operations is, like what they're doing, and try to guess like 3 diamonds might be showing something about this suit or maybe that suit. I also play a relay. A strong club with relays in one of my main partnerships with Cyrus.
Yeah, that definitely helps, that context for sure.
Yeah, so like we talked about, West has now shown a 3-5-2-3 if assuming that they're on the same page. So now opposite 8 to 11, like does East really fancy their chances? I don't think so. Like you might have chances on a non like if they lead a Trump or something, but like double dumb, you're never going to want to be in 6 hearts, I'd imagine, opposite 8 to 11. It feels hard to construct. Like maybe ace of clubs, ace of hearts, king of spades, and you're just hoping you dodge a diamond lead. Or you pick up the queen of clubs. But like, oh yeah, you also had to pick up the jack. We said ace of hearts, right? Yeah. So what is 4 clubs? Could we see that? Is this still an ask, or are they signing off? Isaac's not done. They're not going to be able to play 4 hearts anymore at this point, I think. Unless 4 hearts is... Nope. So 3 controls ace and king. What is Isaac? So let's talk about this for a moment. So controls for like the alert suggests is saying that he has like the total number of controls he has a 3, with an ace counting as 2, a king counting as 1. So from Isaac's perspective, he knows that partner has either 3 kings, which he knows is not the case given that he has 2 kings himself, or an ace and a king, which is more likely the case. So he knows that partner has either the king of diamonds or the king of spades, and along with that, the ace of clubs or the ace of hearts. I'm not like it. I really do not like being in. I really do not like it. Our 6 hard chances anymore.
He
I'm
needs some
partially
extra
the bricks
distribution
him.
for this, and you know it's 2 balanced hands opposite each other, right? No
I agree,
singleton.
absolutely. What is Foreigner trying to play? There is no way that's to. How? Why is he continuing? What is he envisioning? This is danger. This is terribly greedy. I have to say. Like you need partner to have the queen of clubs. First of all, like you basically need partner to have like the queen of clubs, the king of diamonds, or like the king of one of the round suits, and you have to hope the king of one of the pointy suits, and you have to hope they lead that suit in particular, and the ace of hearts. I need to hope there's not a club ruff in the picture. I'm not sure if they. I'm for what it's worth. For what it's worth, there is also the chance we need to acknowledge that maybe East is not on the same page with West. Like maybe there might have been a misstep in the relay, and I'm sorry to all the viewers. Like I might not. I'm not familiar enough with their system to know whether West's bids have been act.
Ooh,
I think
a
that they
little
were not on the
high.
same page. That is the only explanation I can give at this point. They were not on the same page.
Okay, so we're hoping for a non-diamond lead here for any chance.
I mean, they're not going to lead a diamond. Let's be real.
This is south.
The one advantage about this entire auction is that only the West hand is known. So West has shown 3-5-2-3. East has not described anything about their hand besides showing an indication that they want to play 6 no trump. And who's playing no trump? It's East, right?
Yep.
Sorry, can you just confirm that the first no trump is by East? Can you scroll up in the auction a bit?
It says it in
I
the
just
bottom too, near the trick
Oh, does it
counter.
say that? Oh yeah, yep. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it feels like often in their system they're gonna want to not play hearts since the
Meanwhile,
one heart opener who has the weaker hand and has shown their whole hand.
a spade lead is not even
Pairing is
a
not
spade lead
ideal.
is not even good news, honestly. Also, looks like Torino's going to go down a bit at the other table. I just noticed a diamond was played through, but unfortunately, we missed the action. Should we be focusing on the faster table? You think, Hakan,
It
or do we
depends
want to
if you
focus
want
on the
to
system stuff?
focus. It's up to you. Your stream, but like both have pros. The faster table we can always come back to slower later, but here we have a bit more discussion about systems we don't understand.
Yeah. Sorry, so I'll let you decide what you think is the better content.
For now, I want to see how the
Focusing.
6-0 plays out, and then we
Yeah,
can decide
yeah.
after
Let's.
that.
All right,
I mean,
absolutely.
so
So
if you guess the
this,
hearts right, which you now will, right?
I mean,
Um,
Jack of Hearts is going to pop up with North, so you're going to get that right. You only have to get the clubs right.
yeah.
Actually, this might make this. This is going to be making, and it's like
Well,
and it's like almost a tragedy. I'm upset it's making.
how are you gonna guess? Like, why are you putting the Queen of Clubs in South? Talk through that process.
So let's talk about. So first of all, if South elects, I mean, South is kind of marked with the Ace of Hearts, given how long they're thinking at
Yeah.
this point. I think, unless they had a way to hold. Do we know? If, I mean, have you played on the tablets before? Did you play on that last time?
I did play it on the tablets.
Do you know if there's a way to hold a trick at trick one? Well,
I,
that solves the
I don't
problem.
think so. Oh well, that solves the heart suit.
So the first thing I'm going to do if I'm declared at this point, now that that has been solved, is I'm going to play hearts, and we're going to see what the opponents pitch. North is going to have easy diamond pitches. South, I suspect, will be pitching spades.
Well, okay. So you said the first thing you're gonna do is play hearts, which is what's being done here. But is there something to be said about conserving the heart entry in case you need to pick up Queen Fourth of Clubs in North? If you're gonna play you can't pick
Well,
up
we
Queen
have to,
Fourth
and
in South, right?
well, I see. Well, you cannot pick up Queen Fourth and South. I mean, you can if the North has stiff nine of clubs, but also two of clubs pitch is a very telling card.
Yeah, but
I
before all
really
of
hate
this, when
this.
we were making our plan, right? Before all of this.
Now there's a. Okay, they're gonna make it. Um, so I think the biggest so I think there was a big error in the defense, and I'll point out what that was. And then what I want to respond to Hakan. I do think
Yeah.
that you can pick up Queen Fourth. So so you're probably suggesting like a club to the jack, club ace, club to the ace, and then club back, because that's the only way you can do it.
Yeah. I mean, well, if while you had
Because
the
we had
heart
one hard
entry,
entry, and the club ace is the other entry. So you
yeah,
cannot cash ace of clubs and then play a hard club back. I mean,
yeah,
you could have done that before you played a hearts, but that's pretty
yes,
committal.
yes, you could have done that before playing the heart.
So let's talk about this for a moment. So actually, I think it might have been on paper initially percentage to hook for North for the Queen of Clubs. I mean, like just based on like you're able to pick up all Queen fours. Um, but I think the biggest error, if we go back into card play, was on the final heart, North pitched a two of clubs. And we
Yeah,
kind of talked about this on an earlier hand. Thank you. Yeah, go back to that pitch. So one, they're playing standard carding, so the two of clubs is saying they don't have the queen. But more importantly, what it's doing is it's telling the declarer, I do not have that. I can safely pitch a club, and I'm not giving up a trick. Now, what does that mean? You're not going to pitch a club. You might pitch a club from queen fifth, but like if you pitch a club from queen fifth, who cares?
yeah,
You're not going to pitch a club from queen fourth. You're not pitching a club from queen third. You're not pitching a club from queen doubleton. So, like, even if you're like giving a false card, like even if like you were trying to be tricky and like let's say you were playing upside down carding, then the two of clubs was supposed to be encouraging. And I use the word encouraging very loosely, given that it doesn't really matter what you signal the partner, beyond count perhaps. Um, this tool declared that they have nothing worth protecting clubs. So now declare was very easily able to play a club to the king and pass the jack of clubs around, and that solved the entire problem for them. We can now focus on the live action. Thank you,
yeah.
Cyrus.
You have too
I
many
think
diamonds left there to safely pitch. As
yeah,
North,
you
you
had
have
queen
to.
10 fourth remaining. You had queen 10 8 fourth, I believe, remaining over jack 9 doubleton. So he could have pitched another diamond. He could have pitched a spade, perhaps. Like there were so many safe pitches available. Either way, we have a pretty. I mean, this is a hand in. Can we have the other table be focused? Or oh no, we're focusing on this
Right.
table now. Okay, that's fine. So, diamond to heart, two spades, three hearts, probably still forcing. Three no trump, four spades. This. Let's talk. What is your take on the auction?
You know, we never like Moisians at the 4 level, but we have all the spots here, so it's not the end of the world, and we have controls everywhere else. I'm not against any of the actions that people took here. Um, maybe, yeah. I mean, I like 3 no trump for East over bidding like 4 diamond or 4 clubs or something like that to pattern out, because it could be the last making game. The
Mm-hmm.
West, the heart suit is good enough to play on its own. We could probably be in 4 hearts, and it'd be a similar result. Um,
Yeah. So here's my take on the auction. First, the diamond and heart, I think is all normal. I
yeah,
think the East End, like you could go two spades or one spade. I mean, one spade could technically go up to 17 or 18 points. The question is, do you want to be in game opposite any random six count? I think the answer is yes if we have a fit, but also if we do not have a fit, I think I'm quite content actually staying short of game with partner as a random six count, especially with some wastage and presumed wastage and heart. So I think given that reason, I would bid. I would go
I'd
slow with
say
the
low.
spade with the East hand. I mean that said, two spades is not at all a bad bid. And three hearts, of course, is still forcing. Two spades set up a game force. Three no trump is practical. With the West hand, I think I prefer four hearts because, like you said, the heart suit kind of plays itself. The four spades, you're kind of relying on good spades. You're kind of also relying on a reasonably good break. It's sort of and it sort of gets complicated, especially like maybe there are diamonds which maybe we have to rough clubs we might have to rough, and like it's unclear how the hand will play itself in four spades. Whereas four hearts, it seems pretty more cut clear. Partner has values in these three suits, and I'm going to set hearts as trump. I'm retaining control over here.
Yeah,
I
you won't
agree.
lose trump control really on this hand.
Yep.
And
But I do think.
oh, go
Sorry,
ahead.
go on.
No,
I do think, I do think the one thing that West did identify correctly, which I like a lot, is not sitting 3-0 trump with the hand.
mm-hmm.
Partner is going to be short in hearts. Your hand is basically just hearts. You cannot sit 3-0 trump. Like if like you ever if partners avoid heart, or if partner like has a stiff heart and like they play a heart to the jack, which might be percentage and that loses, you might as well throw the dummy away at that point.
Yeah, I agree. That was a very good decision to take it out of 3 no trump there. I think this contract is a lot worse if East spades are king queen like 5-4 instead of king queen 9. I think that 9's a big card that if spades are 4-2, you no longer have like a big issue with of ace 9 fourth developing a second spade trick that now you have to worry about.
Absolutely.
But we're
Like
not
now
even
it
drawing
allows
Trump
you.
here.
Yeah,
I like this.
You don't have to. I like this line a lot.
Yeah.
The lead was a club for context. So yeah, just pitch a diamond, just cross rough, and just cross rough after you cash your clubs. And that's sort of like that's normal principle when it comes to these cross rough hands. Cash your outside tricks, start the cross rough, and this is gonna go fantastic.
Yeah, we've already taken what 9 tricks. We're guaranteed 2 more.
Yeah, you can rough this with the king, and then you can rough the 10 of clubs with the jack, and actually you might make 6 actually at that point.
Yeah, very
Well,
well
you are
played.
just making 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just rough this with the king, rough the 10 with the jack, and now the ace doubleton of spades has to play into the queen doubleton in the 2-card ending. This will be very well played by Wasish to make 6.
Yeah, I like this line that was taken here. Well,
We saw the other table. Oh wow, that's really funny. At the other table, Torino was being played by North South, and that went to fear down number. Meanwhile, East West are playing 4 spades on the same deal with a combined 16 high card points. Is that correct?
no double, no trouble.
No double, no trouble. Like I think this is sort of what we were talking about, right? The system is generating swing, and like it's kind of unfortunate that it's not in that it's not in Kai and Isaac's favor. But I think North and South passed throughout the entire auction. South sitting on a flat 4, North sitting on a pretty mad 10 count, and they were able to steal from them. But as it turns out, playing for 2 spades would have been plenty.
Wait, did they only take
But
10
how are they
tricks
going to?
there? I missed the play.
I missed it through the last 3 cards. Sorry, can you go back to the last 3 tricks taken? Did they rough low the heart?
That must have been what happened.
I mean, that must have been what happened. Yeah. Otherwise, it was kind of forced. Maybe they missed it. There was a hard pitch done. So yeah, if you can just go all the way to the 3-card ending, yeah. Thank you for resuming. So diamond rough, heart rough, and now this is the position we. That's lazy. That's lazy. But maybe they missed it. There was a hard pitch, and they thought that this was just arriving, and that South would follow to the 4th hard. But anyways, let's go back to the live action. Thank you, Cyrus.
It's not match points. We'll survive.
Yep. Meanwhile, at the secondary table, take a look at the auction. We have a strong diamond auction. Maybe we can switch over to the secondary table for a moment while we admire this auction. I think at what is now the secondary table, it probably will go a hard past a spade. I think maybe East should have preempted. But wait, who's dealer? I cannot see. It was South who was dealer, right?
Dealer.
Yeah, so it didn't matter. So no 4-card suit. 1 of Trump showed hearts, right?
Yeah.
2 clubs is asking. 2 no Trump is asking. They already had 1 max relay accident.
A happy accident.
Apparent relay accident. We don't know for sure.
Yeah. Roger Palmer. Thanks. It's my kid. Oh, Matthew Rippin is your kid. Matthew Rippin is your kid. Well, yeah. Welcome. Must be exciting. It must be exciting to be able to have to. It's always exciting, I'd imagine, to have to be able to watch your kids play these big events and perform.
Well. You can add a qualifier there if you want. Oh, this is very interesting. It's either 3-4-3-3, 3-6-2-2, or 7-2-2-2.
What qualifiers do we? What qualifier?
Oh, sorry. It's nice to see your children perform, and I added well to the end of that statement.
I thought I said well. Maybe I cut off.
No, it's okay.
All
I
right,
would argue that
so
my dad would probably argue that he always enjoys watching me. He has more to talk about when I mess up, probably.
but not that often, I'd imagine.
Oh
You
no. Yes. And none of them are in the Lovebridge archives for sure.
oh yeah, gambling 3 no trumps and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
All right, so they're making their way up. Does three
so three
spades another
hearts.
asking?
Yeah. East, we can ignore East alerts. I'm only interested in West alerts at this point. So East is not going to describe anything about their hand. West is going to show what their next bid they are. 3-6-2-2. They might start to give an indication of how many points they have. 4 clubs they have chosen to bid, which is 3-6-2-2. So they've already bypassed the magical 3-no trump. And they've not had a chance to like even get across how many points they have. Like that seems to me like not the best, but like for example, in the relay which Cyrus and I play, we would have been able to show this 3 clubs. I mean this 3-6-2-2 shape by the time we reached 3 diamonds. So that would have given us the opportunity to be able to play 3-no trump. And now I think 4-no trump was just to play. And now so like it's a slight, I guess, really it's a slight like loss for relay over here because you're not able to play 3-no trump. But also like wait, let's talk about this for a moment. This is a loss for relays, right? Because all you know is partner is 3-6-2-2 and like something. But now the problem is we kind of talked about how no trump is not a great contract over here. Well, how are you playing 3-no trump? And also it's wrong sided. Like literally the West hand has been advertised. Hi, I'm 3-6-2-2.
Yep. This is a tough one, and we didn't know enough about West didn't have the free will to know that their heart suit is good enough to be played at the 4 level, like we talked about last
No, I
time.
mean like no, but no West. It's not West's fault at all. Like West, I
No,
mean,
no,
West,
yeah, they don't have an option here, right? Like
yeah, they don't
it,
have the option.
like, and East doesn't know like how good Ace King Jack 10-9-8. Like there wasn't in some
Yeah,
relay systems, right? You're able to ask about the top honors in the suit or like
yeah.
and stuff like that.
So
It wasn't part of this sequence here, so
right.
uh
So Cyrus and I think we would have had the opportunity to be able to like I would have been able like after he showed his shape, I would have been able to ask about like the quality of the hard suit.
yeah.
I mean, I could have asked about the points. I could also ask about the quality of the hard suit. We would have a way to park in 4 hearts when he says, you know, my hard suit is pretty good. I want to play in 4 hearts, and I could let him play. Obviously, a bit of resulting because he could also bid this way with worse than Ace King Jack 10-9-8. But I mean, I have a lot of. I mean, it's hard. I mean, maybe Isaac should be bidding 4 hearts. There's a strong argument for that, but I mean, it's resulting or 4 spades. I'm not convinced
Uh
about 4-no trump as a choice. I mean, at the base, it is like we don't have a major fit, but also like, how are we going to play this hand? And I mean, that said, like this is an annoying hand to defend. Like even knowing all the hands, like what is West supposed to switch to right now? Like that is an annoying dummy to look at.
yes. I mean, the trick hasn't finished, but I think I
Yeah,
would continue to duck here. Um
yeah. As declare, I'm ducking this trick 100%. I want them to play something. I want them to play something for me, and I think the lead is sort of given away that like North has Queen Jack forward, perhaps. Like this play, South choosing to be the King of Diamonds, playing the Nine of Diamonds back. I mean, maybe this could be from Queen Jack. This could be from Queen Jack third, but like, if are you leading the 6 from Queen Jack third? You're not. This is
no,
so.
you're
I would
leading the
just let them
queen,
win.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think now the question is, I think all that matters at this point is that North and South do not volunteer playing cards. That's sort of like the main crux of the hand. Playing a club is fantastic. This is
I
well
like
done.
this.
This is
Yeah.
well judged.
Yep.
I
It's a
mean,
very
not that
safe
North is
exit.
ever gonna, not that North is ever gonna play a hard. Looking at Queen third when they know declare has 6 cards, but I mean, it
Well, it's
obviously could
good
be a bigger challenge for
good not to
South.
cash the queen of diamonds, right? Um
Yeah, absolutely. We want to play declare. And also, like the question is, where's the setting trick gonna come? Because if you catch a queen of diamonds, it's basically a claim.
Yeah, looking at Jack third of clubs too, knowing that's coming down.
Yeah, Jack third of clubs. Diamonds are good. Spades are good. Um, there still might. Is there a path? Is there a path to victory? So all right, let's talk about this for a moment. So we're gonna play the queen of diamonds. We're gonna play the 10 of diamonds.
Not
Um,
of clubs.
we're gonna play the queen of clubs. Sorry, the 10 of clubs. Now, what is North gonna pitch? A spade.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, now we're playing this. Okay, we're making it. Yeah. Wait, why did I think we were not making it? Oh, did I just count wrong the entire time and they just always had 10
They
tricks?
always had 10 tricks.
Okay, maybe I was looking
Possibly.
for maybe I thought we were in 5-0.
You got 4 clubs, 3 spades is 7, 2 hearts is 9, and a diamond ace is 10.
Yep,
So
thank
I
you.
think that,
I
yeah.
cannot count. Leashing oh Leashing call tournament director. So my guess might be that maybe East explained. No, wait, they're able to see West alerts, right?
Yeah, they are. Yep. You
Okay, I
self
don't know
alert
what was
here.
happening. Can we go back to the other tables, Cyrus, while this is happening? I think the other tables crept ahead a bit. It looks
Z
like
might be
South
short for
played.
Mackenzie. I like that. Z's
So it
got
looks
50
like a
record.
diamond, a heart. I'm sure we'll be able to peep the action at that table again in a moment.
Yeah.
Um, there seems to be a pretty big contrast in pace, which kind of makes sense because I know William is a actually I think a lot of players in this match are relatively slower than other juniors might be. Because I know I've played with Wasish in the past in person, and I know he is a bit of he's a bit of a thinker. And William is also, and of course, Kai and Isaac, by the nature of their system, they're gonna be a slower partnership than others, I imagine. Either way, more bridge. How do we like this spade contract? Six spades by West. How do we like that?
Not on a diamond. Oh, on by West. We love it by West. We don't love
We
it
love it
by.
by West, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. You can just pitch diamond on the king of hearts and just drop a couple of clubs, and
Mm-hmm.
the dummy's gonna be good. And it's gonna be six spades by West, so it is available over there. But now, um, this is a tricky hand to bid. I mean, well, what are you thinking what are you thinking as position over here with Ace Queen fourth in that hand?
Well, I don't splinter singleton aces, so that's not an option. Um, you know, Dave and I play. Oh well, they may splinter singleton aces. Uh, Dave and I, with our transfer club, which could be applicable here because it's the same thing. We play a club pass a heart showing spades, pass 4 clubs as this kind of 6-4 hand. So a club pass a spade, pass 4 clubs is still the same bid here. Um, that would actually is a great descriptor of this hand and lets West figure out what they want to do next. Because I don't want to splinter my ace. It kind of shows this 18 plus with 6-4 in the blacks, and then partner can queue 4 diamonds, and then we're off if we need to go off from there. So that's how my auction would probably look like. Is I'd rebid 4 clubs to show the 6-4. If West wants to continue here, ideally, I mean West is like I have a singleton club. Does this fit? I mean I can rough at least, but um, if they bid 4 diamonds, they're getting to slam. If they don't bid 4 diamonds, they're not going to get to slam. It's a
Yeah,
close one, I think.
yeah.
Does your auction look a little different than that in a 2-over-1 context?
I agree with four clubs. I do think four clubs doesn't necessarily promise an 18 count. It's just more like I have a really good club suit. I
Yeah.
have like, and I also am like something in spades to be said. Um, and I think yeah, I definitely agree with your point of not bidding four hearts with the stiff ace of hearts because like look over here for example, like the West Hand, even though it is a 9 count with pretty reasonable, West elected to bid four spades. I mean, like ideally maybe you want to make a train bid of sort, with the stiff club, King Doubleton of diamonds, and five spades to the king. You might want to make a train bid because you kind of need partner to fill a lot of vacant spaces. In fact, maybe you are supposed to continue anyways. Um, But I understand the West devaluing the King of Hearts, with the assumption that partners can have a small heart. Like, what is this going to do?
Yeah, you hate having king fifth opposite of stiff, right? Um,
Yeah, like Ace fifth is a different story, but King fifth.
it's a very different story. I agree. Um, so that makes us. And what would your train bid be here, though? Um,
I mean,
after the four
over
heart
four
splinter.
after fours, you don't have a split. You don't have a train. You have to bid
Okay,
four. You have to
yeah,
commit.
okay. So you're talking about after four clubs, you would have a
Yeah,
train
yeah,
bid
yeah.
available. Okay,
You would have a train bid available, and I think
yeah,
that would actually help a lot to be able to reach six spades. I mean, like, I don't think it's the worst thing to miss six spades. I mean, like, but I do think I do think it's very biddable, and I think and I think if this were like a top event like the Bermuda Bowl or something, like I would expect six spades to be a very routine contract.
yeah. I mean, another thing you have going for you is like the power of the 9 card fit over the 8 card fit. It,
Yeah,
I really think that sometimes that's undervalued. And no, West is the only one that knows of this, so that contributes
absolutely.
to the do I push forward or not in these close scenarios is that could be an extra trick. And so it usually helps if you're on the border there to think about how good your fit
Hmm.
is, especially since partner has a singleton and you have a singleton, right? Um,
Hmm.
being able to have an extra rough available in the east hand, even when trumps are 3-1 or 2 roughs if they're 3-2, could make the difference.
A diamond, two hearts, double, three diamonds, three now. Yeah, reasonable auction at the other table. Um, they're just going to sort of sneak their way through, aren't they?
I think so. I mean, maybe if you eliminate the ace of clubs as an entry, it seems like you have two
The
clubs
problem, well,
though.
you have the ten of clubs. The ten of clubs, and because you have Jack and nine of clubs between you, well, eight and seven also as it is.
Yeah,
You're gonna have another entry. So,
I think you'll be
but
fine.
maybe, but it does get a bit trickier because so the deadliest shift that so this Jack of Hearts is gonna be won by the King. And the Declare is gonna just probably try to go after the diamond seed. Play a diamond out.
Yep.
East is going to be forced to win the ace of diamonds. Now, if East plays a small club to the queen and ace, um, the best play actually would be, and this is an important technique that I'm hoping we'll be able to see. When East plays a small club, if they do, South should stick in the Jack of clubs. The reason why we stick the Jack of clubs is when West covers it with the Queen of clubs, then we can win the Ace of clubs. And now, when we knock out the King of diamonds, fantastic. Let's switch to the other table for a moment, Cyrus. I want to talk about it now that this actually happened. First, I want to commend Isaac. Brilliant switch by Isaac. The Seven of
Hmm.
Clubs scenario. Let's talk about this live now in a second. Because what do you call it? So now that we're going to see a problem now for Declare. When Declare knocks out the King of Diamonds by playing another one, he might actually give up on diamonds. Who knows? Does he have enough tricks otherwise? He can set up two spades, two hearts, a club, a diamond. No, he's still short one trick. So that's not enough tricks. Even if he goes after his spades and clubs and gives up on diamonds completely, um, there might be a squeeze on East, maybe if they have the fourth spade, but that doesn't work. So now the problem is now West can actually fire another club. Kudos to Isaac for this defense, for this switch. That is an impressive switch. But
Yeah.
what lesion? But now the problem is when the queen is forced out. Let's say declare one ace of clubs, which I think is actually the best play. We play the diamond. West wins the king of diamonds, or maybe they duck around. Now, when Kai plays a die club, if North plays the eight of clubs, um, oh, actually no, what do you call? It actually ends up working
I
fine.
think that ends up working
No, no, no,
fine.
no, 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 no. If he plays eight of clubs, we can actually just duck it all together, and now North South is forced to win the trick in their hand with the nine and jack. Whereas if South were to play the ten of
Mhm.
clubs, now we can actually win the king of clubs, and now the eight of clubs will not win the trick because sort of South spots will be too high. So
Good
this is
defense.
this. this is fantastic defense. So how does Declare avoid this problem? You might ask. They should play the Jack of Clubs on the three of Clubs. So now when White Kai plays the Queen of Clubs and we win the ace, we can knock out the diamonds. So now when Kai plays the club back, we can play the Eight of Clubs now in dummy. But now if we sort of win the King, we can now play the seven underneath. The 10 of Clubs is still an entry. And well, if the Eight of Clubs, if the East plays low on the Eight of Clubs, which we talked about earlier, now South can just throw the Seven of Clubs underneath it. Fantastic. That has now been we've now manufactured an entry. So obviously that requires a bit of visualization for Declare to see that, but I definitely do think this was something. I do think this was a very makeable contract, and I think that, and I do think this was findable. But obviously that requires a bit more anticipation.
Yeah. And it's worth 10 imps.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we talked about at the other table, 3-0 Trump made.
So important to declare play find right there.
Yep. And now I think South has come to the realization that diamonds are now blocked. Like we don't have an entry over there. I mean, like as it is, actually we kind of do because oh no, we don't, do we? We already lost a lot of tricks, so we are going down. They're just going to cash the club. Now the declare can West can actually cash a king of diamonds and exit a heart. So more tricks to come.
Yeah, down 2.
Yep, and we're gonna
In this
get
case,
yeah. No, down 3, down 3.
Oh,
We're getting a spade.
I was gonna say in this case down 2 is not good bridge, but down 3 also not.
Yeah, well, Kai knows that pitching a diamond is safe. I mean,
Yep.
come on, look at the dummy.
Yeah.
Let's look at the other table. Meanwhile, while that sort of resolves itself, Cyrus. Thank
It's a
you.
close match with a lot of
So
imps swinging. You were right.
yeah, they're generating swings. So a spade, a notrum, 3 clubs, game forcing probably with the. Oh my, that's a lot of points. What?
Yeah.
21 count. At first I couldn't tell if that was like you reacting based on like an overbid or underbid, and I'm like, okay, that's a wait, Jesus, 3 hearts, 4 hearts. I feel like 4 hearts is an underbid, honestly, but like if I have a good way to raise hearts, I would love to do that. But that's probably like one of the flaws of what do you call it? That is one of the flaws of standard 201 when you make these kind of jump shifts where it's like you don't really have a way to like show your strength, like show like you have extra strength beyond a jump shift, and also like a fit in a really good hand, like that, like tools like gadgets. That's what a lot of top players like. They may play a gadget like Gazilli or something, like to help with these kind of auctions where it's like I can now show like I have 3 hearts and like I have a really good like 20-21 count, and without having to bid 4 hearts by the time it comes back. Of course, South chose to make what might be a bit of a. I mean, I get the logic, right? I mean, North has basically shown 3 hearts. I mean, if you believe them, 3 hearts. Maybe this could be also with Doubleton, so I'm not 100% sure. Because 3 hearts might show 6, and maybe North might feel inclined to race with Ace Doubleton, which I think would be a good bid. But maybe in South Side they're picturing North with like basically this shape. So you're not really worried. So like you have like 2 fitting kings, you have a stiffened partner suit that could actually be, you could rough that out as a sort of trick. So I think it's pretty reasonable visualization from South. Maybe you want to be in 6 clubs, but I mean 6 hearts is it's cold. It's cold. You just have to play a spade early, but you might need to play a spade to the 10. Maybe.
Yeah. It looks like they finished up the play at the other table. Kai figured out to pitch the diamond.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you figured that out. Now, I think a hard lead is actually really good over here. I like this lead a lot by West, sitting with Jack fit the spades. The spades suit is not running. And this feels like a sort of cross-roughing deal. You're sitting on King Jack 9-4 to diamonds. Dummy's going to have a short diamond. Like, you just kind of want to stop the roughs. It feels like they're going to try to, like, it's easy to visualize something like, South is roughing diamonds and dummy, spades being roughed the other way, and they might try to sneak that way. So I think this was a really well thought lead. If I'm Declare, I'm playing a spade right now. What about you?
Well, I guess it depends. Yeah, I think you have to.
You have to, right? It's a
I don't
timing
know
thing.
if I'm playing a spade to the 10 though.
Well, the question is, like, do you think West has it in them to duck a spade, to duck with the spade ace? Remember, the North hand is the dummy.
Yeah.
That was played pretty quickly. Of course, he's just really happy to win this and play another hard, I
Yeah.
imagine. Meanwhile, we're having another 2-1 game, another relay auction at the other table, but I kind of want to watch the play on this
I
first.
want to stay here. Slam hand is important to stay with.
I absolutely agree.
What
So now East might be contemplating a bit.
in the auction, do you differentiate one spade, three clubs being like sometimes that's reserved to show like the fact one spade past three hearts is like a 5-5 and one spade past three club is either clubs or 5-4. Like that's really
Yeah,
helped some auctions where now the responder knows they can safely raise with three card second support in the secondary seat where otherwise they're not entirely sure. That it is a good discussion point. I think about how
absolutely.
you play your jump shifts.
Um,
Let's see.
so let's talk about that. I do think you bring up a great point about that treatment. I know, like, it's actually funny you brought that up. I think that came up like in like junior, in like I'm in the under 31 program for anyone wondering what I'm doing over here. So I'm in the USBF Junior Under 31 program, so I cannot be playing at this event. And in training, like maybe about 2 months ago, actually that treatment did come up as a point of discussion. The same one he brought up. Apparently, Hamson Greco play it, and they're known as one of the pioneers of that treatment, at least in the U.S. Um,
Bob Hammond plays it too, and if he does
Bob
something,
Hammond plays it too.
yeah.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. But also, we're speaking of, are we down?
What did we do? We drew Trump.
We drew to the third round of trumps, and now King of Spades.
We
Well, the
might.
thing is, what do you call it? Is there?
Is there a squeeze?
That's what I'm visualizing.
Because now we
Ace of
rough a
diamonds.
heart or rough a
Well,
spade,
Ace of
right?
diamonds. Maybe Ace of diamonds. No, we'll come down to a 3 card ending. No, 2 card ending, right? No.
I think it needs to be three, right?
It'll come down to a 2 card ending, but the problem is it doesn't work out.
West has both cards, but I don't know if we can get West to pitch too many of one or the other.
Maybe we might have had to cash Ace of diamonds first, but
I mean, you can
or
still
it might be.
because the jack of clubs was discarded, you can still play up to the ace and then start playing clubs and looking at what they pitch,
All
right?
right, so we play diamond to the ace now. We play club to the king and 10, and yeah, West just follows it. It doesn't work because on the second club because now
Yeah.
South likes to play a club, you can pitch the last diamond, so it didn't work. I was trying to see if it worked. No, it doesn't. Trump squeeze.
Okay. Well, we're trying. Yep. Because they'll just play another one. They'll duck. And then they'll pitch the diamond. Yep. It's a close one. I and Isaac are bidding to slam. I think it was a 4 spades contract at the other table.
Oh Jesus! What on earth is that auction?
Should we take a
Yeah.
look?
Yeah, let's take a look. All right. So diamond, no trump. I assume showed hearts. Two
Yep.
clubs. We can ignore all three spades. 2 diamonds showed 4 spades.
Yeah,
Uh,
showed
Junior
five.
trump was 5-5, 5-5-2-1. 3 controls, and yeah, this is a good 6 spades. We talked about it.
Another potential pickup. What is Junior Bridge? 5 imps aboard? That's what we're averaging. Even more right now. We're averaging like 7 imps aboard, but more is going to come through here.
6 boards, and right now we're over 8 boards. 8 imps aboard.
8 imps aboard.
I think that's just these 2 teams. There've been a lot of slam boards.
Yeah.
And other opportunities. I'll have to check, but I'm guessing a lot of the other matches are pretty high scoring too.
We also have that 6 hearts coming up that just went down at the other table. Looks like when clubs come 3-3, this will be an easy claim. Yeah. Good judgment by Isaac there to get them there after all the responses. We talked about the different ways 2/1 auctions can get you there, but it's, I think, a little tougher. You fine with staying here on this one to see how they get to the slam hand? Oh, that preempt. Is that diamonds or what?
No, that's
what is...
Isaac.
That's Isaac. So we were talking about the preems. There we go.
Doesn't even bother trying to show 6. Yeah, we're showing 5 card suits. This does definitely make it tougher to get to 6 hearts. I will give you that. Do you just jump to 4 hearts with South here?
2 diamonds pass, 3 diamonds double. No.
Well,
No, why would I?
It seems
I mean,
like I'm on the same
I get
page as the
why.
table.
I mean, I think 3 hearts is a perfectly reasonable bid. Queen third of diamonds is worth 0. And I mean, like king fifth is stiff, king fourth is pretty nice, but also like partner might be playing us for some of those values.
Is this kickback?
Don't please click on 4 spades. Please tell me it's not. All right, let's switch to the other table. Let's switch to the other table. Let's switch to
Oh,
the
we
other
got
table.
kickback action.
Cyrus, let's switch to the other table. I do not support this.
We gotta see him get to 6 hearts
I
and
do
play
not
the
support
hand.
this.
I
do not
support
support
this.
auction.
I support this. You can't kick me out of the Discord. I support this. Oh, boom. We're in 6. Look how beautifully done that was. No misunderstanding at all. North definitely could not have had like a strong
Power double
hand
with spades.
with power hand and spades. Definitely not possible on this auction. No chance for misunderstanding at all. Kickback wins again. Sorry, I got a little excited there.
For everyone wondering, everyone wondering why the sudden outburst, I'm probably one of the more vocal advocates of not playing kickback in our circles, and Hakan is one of the more vocal advocates of playing kickback in our circles. So it's sort of become an inside joke in some circles every time kickback comes up. That said, on a serious note, if you want to play kickback, that's fine. This is not one of those hands where you should be playing kickback because we could have had a power double with spades. In fact, with the south hand, I think I'm supposed to pass 4 spades.
Yeah, my rule is
like,
has to be bid and raised, right? And here it's not raised,
yep.
So 4 spades is
so
natural.
I believe there was a trump squeeze available over here. So let's actually see how we can play it out over here. Let's see if we can work it out. So
a spade return. No. All right, well that solves it.
And
The
here
hand's
I
over.
was about to talk about the trump squeeze. I mean,
All right. That's the extra trick you needed.
We were supposed to play trumps, but why a spade?
I mean, here you even have the opportunity to ruff the queen of diamonds to make 7. No,
You could pitch the queen of diamonds on the queen of spades.
or
Just
that
pull
too. Yeah,
trumps.
yeah. Oh, we've already lost
Uh,
ace. Not 7. Sorry, we've already lost a trick. Yeah.
sorry, 6. Yeah, thank you. Can we swap to the other table?
Yeah, this one's over. Another pickup.
So, anyways, we have a 3 hard preempt. Ooh, finally some good junior preempts. I like it. I mean, I guess the 2 diamonds preempt was already satisfied that craving in the other table. That was a pretty quick 3 hearts and a pretty quick 3 spades. What do you want to talk about it, Hakan?
I like the 3 hearts, 6-4, adding another level. That's always fun, especially white red. Get as high as possible. 3 spades. You're red v white. You could be getting yourself into trouble. East is not a passed hand yet. You don't have a lot. You have a stiff heart, but you have 3 aces, and like if partner doesn't have a lot to help you out, here they do. You could be getting yourself into some trouble.
Yeah, I mean that's so. It's first talking about the 3 hearts decision. I mean, I'm a fan of preempting with these kind of hands favorable, but also like I do think the hand has a lot of flaws for preempting. Like I mean, the bad suit is like who cares about that? But the fact that we have king, queen, queen, four, this hand looks very defensive oriented to me. Like
The imps are flying. I love 5 hearts, by the way. I love 5 hearts.
I was actually about to. Yeah, I think 5 hearts has some preemptive value. Like at first, I was not impressed by the jack of spades, but like jack four to spades. But like looking at it again, it's sort of like, do we have any tricks? Do we have any tricks? Like we might as well put them to a guess. And so, anyways, the decision on 3 hearts, I think king, queen, queen, fourth is pretty defensive oriented. That it's like
It
I'd
is.
almost prefer 3 hearts if you do not have those values. But because of that, it sort of makes me feel like for me, 3 hearts shows a high offense, low defense ratio hand. This is not that hand, I think. I mean, 3
I
spades
mean,
is a reasonable choice.
one of the reasons I like 5 hearts, not even thinking about jack fourth of spades, is just that if I bid 4 hearts and they bid 4 spades, and if I'm going to bid 5 hearts, I might as well just bid 5 hearts to begin with, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and with 5 card support for partner, it's not like you're going to be going down that much in 5 hearts, right? You can hopefully mangle 8 tricks for
Yeah,
500 against 620.
yep.
So
So
that's why
double
I like it.
dummy. So double dummy, of course, this is makeable. The defense, of course, would have to. With king queen doubleton of diamonds, you can pitch a club in the north hand eventually, but you have to pick up the spades. You have to play a spade at the 8. I
That's
have no idea
tough.
what you're supposed. I mean, obviously there are inferences you can make. The whole 3 hearts. The whole 3 hearts. With West preempting 3 hearts, East spinning 5 hearts. Like of course East is going to rake out spade length over here. But to play a spade to play a spade to the 8, that would be one of the biggest plays in the event that we might see. And of course, the king of spades is being played. I mean, this is perfectly reasonable, and it's usually and it's usually going to work, right? I mean, like the jack of spades drops, like even if it's stiff jack or something, just pull trumps, and then you can play the ace. You can play the diamonds for just one loser many ways. You could play the ace of diamonds, picking up stiff honor in either hand, or to pick up like two diamonds, and or you could play a diamond or you could double finesse diamonds. I mean, I guess that might be a bit trickier because you need to pull trumps first. And you might not have the entries on the hard lead. Um, but yeah, now it looks like it's just going to be down one. There isn't really a way to dodge losing a spade and losing a diamond,
Oh.
which it's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah. I love the guts though. I mean, okay, this does tie back to the 3-spade bid though. Like this was a light red v white 3-spade overcall. I don't blame North for doing it because you feel like if you don't get in there, partner may not be able to bid, and now you're shut out of a full game. So you sometimes feel that you have to take an action. But partner might be expecting a king more for this 3-spade overcall. And if that, or a queen more even, right? Like if you have ace queen jack fifth of or ace queen fourth of diamonds, now it's just on the diamond hook, which ideally if you just switch 2 cards is on, right? This is a close call by both North and South here, and I think they both just reached a little, and that's why they got a little high. But even then, it required a 4-1 trump break to beat them. You know?
I mean, we are saying it's a little high. I don't think it's high at all. I think it's a very reasonable contract reached. It's just very unlikely to lie of the cards. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's something maybe we could have given some thought to about playing a spade to the 8. But of course, like we have to know a lot of things. One, we have to be sure that it's working and that it's necessary, and that that there might not be a diamond rough incoming.
Wait, what?
North
claim
claims
of
11
12.
tricks, which is correct, and that was rejected. And then North
So he
tried to claim
tried
12
claiming 12
tricks,
tricks.
which was definitely not correct, and that was swiftly rejected.
Oh no.
Okay.
What's worth a shot, I guess.
They'll be resolving. Okay, so at the other table, they are bidding this hand right now. And because of the 8 to 11, they're able to open it at the 1 level.
Fantastic.
Which is quite
You
fun.
love to see it.
And North gets to
4
get in
hearts.
with 1 spade.
1 spade is a perfectly reasonable bid. This 4 spades bid was bid really quickly, but I also think it might just be okay. I mean, you're not really thinking about slam opposite and overcall, right?
You're not.
Like you're just bidding 4 spades. You're just bidding 4 spades. It might make. I mean, like you think it probably has okay-ish odds to make. It also may or may not go down. And I mean, like
Wow.
it's sort of like a two-way kind of thing. So we'll see. I assume they're probably not going to give as much thought to how to play the spade suit over here. They're probably just going to play it pretty down the line. So while this is playing outsiders, could you bring up the 6 hearts hand again? I kind of want to go over that on stream. But bring up, or is it possible?
It is. I'm also wondering if we just want to let this go now and just go to a quick break and get ready to get to the next round as soon as possible, since that's already underway.
Oh, true.
Can
we call out the imps
I kind of want to. I kind of want to blitz it first, if that's okay.
All right. So is there a table you'd prefer to see it at?
See it at the one which was the open room.
All right.
So what do you call it? So can you play it a bit? So we talked about like how 6 hearts might have been playable. This was a really interesting one pointed out by one of the viewers in chat, which I missed at the time. So so just played out a bit more. So we bluffed a spade. This is fine. Now we played a club to the ace, I believe, and now we played the king of Now we played the king of spades. We pitched a diamond, if I'm not mistaken. Now let's pause over here for a moment. So the way we can make this actually descending is what is known as a trump squeeze. So now we're going to be used. Now the way we play it. Do we have a way to click through cards?
I do not believe we do, unfortunately. We can only see the play that actually happened.
So, I mean, no, I'm not interested in the play that actually happened. But what we could have done over here is we could play a club to the king. Now, West can never pitch a spade during the entire time, right? Because we have two entries: the club, a queen, and the ace of diamonds in the dummy. So if they ever pitch a spade, we can play up, rough a spade, and then it's over. So we're going to play the club. We're going to play the club king. We're going to cash the club 10. West has to pitch 2 diamonds, and now.
Oh.
Yep, you can sort of see it now. Now when we play the 3rd club, what does West do? West pitches a diamond. Now we can play the ace of diamonds, draw off a spade, and then play the queen of diamonds, and it's good because now part of it's stiff king of diamonds. Whereas if they pitch a spade, now we rough a spade, and now the dummy becomes good. Thank you to the person who pointed that out in chat.
Who could that
That's a
person
good find.
possibly be?
Who could that possibly be? Shout out Lee Chung. Shout out to Lee Chung, who was commentating yesterday. You'll be seeing him commentate again. Actually, really
In
shortly.
about 2 minutes. Yep.
In about 2 minutes, yep, the drum squeeze. And yeah, with that, we're going to be taking a quick short break. See you in 2 minutes. We're going to be focused. We're going to be watching the women play in the Rona. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and thank you to Hakan for joining us. We'll be seeing more of you in the next coming days.
Am I on tomorrow?
Yes, we can probably slot you in tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll slot you in tomorrow.
We'll text. All right. It's great being on. You
Yep.
guys are doing a great thing for broadcasting this entire thing. A lot of work put in behind it. So appreciate both you guys putting all the effort into getting this working.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Hakan. All right, everyone. We'll see you back in a couple of minutes.